Hello and thanks for joining Aso Briefing today. I am Princess Sobra Usman. Our top stories. President Bola Tinubu pledges commitment to Africa's economic transformation, urges cooperation. FCT Minister pledges intervention at IBB International Golf Club. Nigeria's flag carrier Air Peace to begin direct flights from Abuja to London Heathrow October 26, following successful diplomatic push by Nigerian government. You are watching Aso Briefing. Watch us live on DSTV channel 392, StarTimes TV channel 127, Free TV channel 507, also on the UHF band on channel 38. We go ahead with our stories. President Bola Tinubu has emphasized the need for collective action and regional cooperation among African countries in order to achieve transformative development. The Director of Information Public Relations, Ministry of Finance, Mohammed Manga, in a statement, noted that the President disclosed this during the recent annual meeting of Africa Sovereign Investors Forum. Represented by the Vice President Kashim Shettima, President Tinubu reaffirmed Nigeria's determination to lead the continent's economic transformation through targeted reforms and catalytic investment platforms, while underscoring the administration's priority on regional collaboration and innovative capital mobilization. Earlier in his remarks, the Finance and Coordinating Minister of Economy, Wale Edun, called for a shift from stabilization to strategic investment, positioning sovereign wealth funds as engines of economic transformation. Speaking, Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer, NSIA, Aminu Umar Sadiq, highlighted pioneering initiatives like the Infrastructure Debt Fund, the Green Guarantee Company, and the US dollar domestic bond issuance as clear evidence of Nigeria investment leadership. With the theme, leveraging Africa's sovereign wealth funds to mobilize global capital for transformative development, the gathering brought together sovereign wealth funds, institutional investors, policymakers from 17 African nations, supported by strategic partners such as China Investment Corporation and Abu Dhabi Investment Authority. The summit also marked the launch of Asif Investment Platform, a flagship vehicle designed to unlock high-impact cross-border investments in infrastructure, renewables, manufacturing, and healthcare. President Bola Tinubu, represented by the Secretary to the Government of Federation, Senator George Akume, on Friday commissioned the newly constructed arterial N20 road in Abuja. The project, described as critical link in FCT's transport master plan, is part of ongoing efforts to expand the capital's infrastructure network. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Wike, explained that the road was awarded in September last year by the Federal Executive Council and construction commenced in October. He said the portion inaugurated marks the third phase of the project, while work on the second phase, which extends towards airport, is expected to be completed before the end of the year.
I directed that all of them who have houses here must be paid, and they were paid. And that's how we're able to do this road. It's one thing to award road, it's one thing to complete on time. Those who said they don't like good things, it's unfortunate. Anybody who lives in Abuja, anybody who has been coming to Abuja and try to pass this road, it doesn't matter who is in charge. If you appreciate good thing, it doesn't matter who's in charge of it. Good thing is a good thing. What Mr. President has done, look at the landscaping of this area. When we came here yesterday, one of our people told me, if I knew this place like this, I would have come to buy land. I won't mention his name, but he said so. He's a senator, but I will not mention his name. By the time you drive down and see the beauty of the area, you will know that President Tinubu has done well.
The minister noted that the project encounters some setbacks, especially over compensation disputes with local residents. He said the administration resolved these issues by ensuring all affected homeowners duly compensated regardless of indigent status. This, he said, helped pave the way for timely execution and completion of the road.
It's one thing to award road, it's one thing to complete on time. When we came here for the flag off in October last year, I think the new managing director of NDDC, of the Julius Berger, That was the time he resumed, and it was with his predecessor. So I said,
The minister acknowledged the role played by Julius Berger in delivering the project on schedule, attributing their performance to the renewed confidence contractors have in current administration's commitment to funding infrastructure. He also praised the National Assembly for their consistent support, which he said has facilitated progress on several projects in the Federal Capital Territory. The newly inaugurated arterial road N20 is expected to ease traffic flow, opening up surrounding communities and improve connectivities across the city. The FCTA has pledged to extend similar developments to other parts of Abuja as part of its strategic urban renewal program. And similarly, the FCT administration is set to relocate Apple mechanics and auto dealers to a permanent site in Wasa district, ending years of unfulfilled promises. Minister Barrister Nyesom Wike, during a visit to the traders, announced a joint inspection to the new site on June 27 and urged unity among the traders to ensure a smooth transitioning. He warned FCTA officials against sabotage, emphasizing President Tinubu's commitment to delivering long-awaited relocation.
When they do allow this road here, I've seen that one, I don't go fit. We will do allow here. And this road, what they do, they don't put street light before. I don't order me to put street light immediately. So, 27th on Friday, the leaders of the Apple mechanic side, all of us will go Wasa. So we will see where we want to allocate on. Not so. Not be so. Husband and wife, they quarrel. Papa and Pekin, they quarrel. Mama and children, they quarrel. But they must settle. Not be so. Not be say, see businessmen. Anything where money they involve, they say trouble to come back. So we agree. But for the interest, for our business, to move on, make everybody leave what happened yesterday and focus on what is going to happen today and what is going to happen tomorrow. Now the idea, when you don't get what you get on one get, if you tell me shut up, may I tell you the grace. You declare anybody. Shut up, you declare anybody. If you say I shut up, I still they talk. What is going to happen? Because the happiness of the people, now what is they concern? And when you people are happy, we are happy. When you are not happy, I can't be happy. Because everything about government now to make the people to be happy. If the government cannot make the people to be happy, then that government has no business to be in government. Are you heard that talk? God will bless her. I thank God. At least when I come out that they wait for me because of what will happen as I must come back today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Meanwhile, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Wike, expressed readiness to support rehabilitation of the IBB International Golf and Country Club in Abuja. The minister made a commitment during a familiarization visit to the club, where he described the facility as a key government asset with strong tourism and investment potential.
Let me say, I'm not a golfer. This is my first time of coming in here. And I've had so many things. My interest is this is the property of government. I hand it over for you to manage. And when I came here, I was quite impressed. Like you said, so many countries make money from tourism. They don't have oil, they don't have gas, but when you make your place to be a tourist center, it will attract a lot of investors. That's why, like you said, what the work we carried out in the international Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Conference Center, some people have not even taken that time to go and see before they make comment. If you love this country, I think that is the standard we require. And if you have people like today, they have ECOWAS meeting there now taking place. Now, there may be golfers. They want to come and play golf. It's very key. And that's why we will not allow anybody to take what belongs to us. We will not allow that.
In Hawakan remarks, Chairperson of the Board of Trustees and President, Court of Appeal, Justice Monica Dongban-Menson, described the visit as historic and thanked the minister for his interest in the facility. She appealed for urgent intervention to address infrastructural decay caused by overuse and inadequate maintenance. According to her, the club currently serves over 5,000 members compared to its original 29 members it was designed for.
We are very pleased with the marvelous renovation of the International Conference Center, a sister tourism destination institution like the IBB International Golf and Country Club. And I believe that this club will add value to the great work you have done at the International Center. Therefore, a similar intervention in the IBB Golf Club is absolutely necessary. And we appeal to Your Excellency to make the IBB Golf Club your next shop center for innovation. The facility, built over 30 years ago, has enjoyed a lot of patronage, membership, usage, which is now excessive, because initially the members were just 29, and now we have over 5,000 members using the same facilities. This clubhouse that we are, staying in right now, it was meant to have a second floor, which has not been achieved to this date, over 30 years after the facility was built.
Also speaking, member of the Board of Trustees, Otumba Olusegun Osawa, presented a symbolic golf club to the minister and encouraged him to take up sport. He described the minister as a result-driven leader who has consistently supported the sports sector and deserves recognition for his contributions to national development, particularly in infrastructure and youth engagement. The Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives and Chairman, House Committee on Constitutional Review has said correcting age-long gender imbalance in Nigeria remains his top priority, among other concerns, as progress is being made on the review of the 1999 Constitution as amended. The Deputy Speaker said this in his keynote address during dinner with the diplomatic community on constitutional review at the National Assembly. He said the committee already made significant progress in areas of stakeholders' engagement, local government summits, legislative dialogue, amongst others, insisting that December 2025 remains deadline for concluding the fifth alteration on the Constitution. The Deputy Speaker invited the diplomatic community to support the process, making input to further enrich the end documents.
The journey we are taking, others have been there before, and they have done that excellently well. And leveraging your experience, your knowledge will help to guide us towards the right direction, because we are in the business of advancing our democracy without assuming that we are there yet. So we need to hold your hand as our partners as we progress. But having said that, it is important that I formally bring you up to speed on what we have done so far, so that you know where we are formally coming from the horse's mouth. And then you listen closely, you might be able to find out if we are missing any gap, if there is a gap somewhere that you may like during your feedback, whether here or outside here, to point out for us to look at.
A response representative of the European Union Deputy EU Ambassador to Nigeria, Dissimos Vegas, British High Commissioner to Nigeria Richard Montgomery, and Australia High Commissioner to Nigeria Leilani Binjuda, amongst others, in separate goodwill messages said they are in support of the exercise, offering suggestions. The job of getting a democratically rich constitution lies in the Nigerian legislature. The diplomats, however, urged the legislature to ensure gender imbalance is rightly corrected.
We watch with admiration the way the National Assembly is debating many difficult issues facing this great country, whether it's on fiscal reform, electoral reform, state police, the special seats bill. It's not for us to offer up solutions. It is for us to support the process. But Deputy Speaker, sir, if I may, I'll end on one aspect of inclusivity that you yourself has mentioned. It's the special seats bill. It's the inclusion of women in Nigerian politics, formal inclusion of women. I'm sure behind every great man is a great woman.
Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the wonderful work that you've undertaken, and certainly with many of our other fellow countries to help support you in this long journey. It's certainly challenging, but rewarding. On the issue of gender, well, I stand before you as the only female head of mission here tonight, so thank you. And if it weren't for gender inclusion in my country, I would not be here. And we look forward to some very rewarding outcomes by the end of the year.
We sincerely hope that the outcome of the December 2025 constitutional review will justify these decades of investment. So we are here with you to accompany you in this democratic journey. Thank you very much. Give to your people what they're asking from you.
And when Aso Briefing returned, NDLEA and Mountain of Fire Miracle Ministries partners to combat drug abuse. Stay with us for details of this and more stories after the break.
We were warned about this marriage. Because we did not listen, the young maiden is dead.
Nana, come here. Hi. Why do you speak so freely with a stranger from Ajan?
We were just talking about offering Odigija a seat on the council.
The gods be praised. Negodo Zelko Sisi, he has 2 wives. So why are you making it look like it is a big deal?
Welcome back. Moving on, the 5th Constitution alteration on Nigeria's Constitution is seen as the most comprehensive in Nigeria's history, covering 87 prioritized constitutional amendments grouped into thematic areas as gender bills and inclusive governance, security and police reforms, fiscal reforms, judicial reforms, devolution of power and local government autonomy. Hajia Aisha Yakubu, the sole female aspirant for the All Progressive Congress chairmanship in Kuje Area Council, has expressed confidence in the party leadership under Alhaji Abdullahi Umar Ganduje. In an interview, she emphasized her trust in the party's national leadership and its constitution, which allows women to vie for any position. Our correspondent Abdullahi Mukhtar completes the story.
As a former speaker of the Kuje legislative arm, Hajia Aisha Yakubu stated that her gender has never made her feel insecure in the race. She believes she possesses the necessary qualifications and experience to become the chairman of the council.
I was privileged to have the leadership of the House, the speaker of the legislative arm, and again, I was privileged to be the FCT chairperson speakers forum. So I think the next ladder for me to climb is that of the chairmanship. And because I have been in touch with the grassroots long before now, I have served at a party level. I was once an ESCO member. I was a woman leader. All it takes for me to have the visibility of dealing with grassroots, I have done it in the past.
Hajiya Aisha Yakubu expressed her confidence in the APC leadership, citing the party's constitution, which provides opportunities for women to participate in politics. She is optimistic about the party's ability to conduct fair and just primaries.
Like I said the day I purchased my form, I did mention that in Article 7 of the Constitution of the APC, as amended in 2022, stated that women shall have the privilege of participating in political positions, be it elected and whatever have you. I stand on that ground that I'm qualified. His Excellency Abdullahi Ganduje is somebody that is just, and I believe he will give consideration to at least, if not two, one woman in the 6 area councils. Only that way we will know that yes, the party is actually a faithful party that take everybody along.
Adding new party membership joining the race, Hajiya Aisha Yakubu stated that she is not concerned. Instead, she emphasized the importance of fairness and justice during the primaries, ensuring that the party remains united before, during, and after the elections.
After the primaries, we still have a long way to go. Whosoever emerges, the party needs everybody. All hands will be on deck before we will succeed. So everybody is important. We should deviate from things that will cause feelings that probably some people will feel otherwise. But I want to believe that we are one and we are working towards the same goal. And God's willing, the victory is ours.
The Kuje APC chairmanship aspirants call on the party leadership to conduct a fair and transparent primaries, promoting unity within the party. Abdullahi Mukhtar, Aso Television News.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has partnered with Mountain of Fire and Miracles Ministries to sensitize the public on the dangers of drug abuse. This collaboration was announced during the Mountain of Fire and Miracles Ministries International Headquarters, Abuja Thanksgiving service for the year by the NDLEA officials and church leaders led by Regional Overseer Pastor Edwin Etomi. The partnership aims to educate the public, especially the youths, on the risk associated with drug abuse and its devastating effects on individuals, families, and society. Through the collaboration, both organizations will work together to develop strategies for preventing drug abuse, supporting rehabilitation efforts, and promoting a healthy lifestyle. Pastor Edwin Etomi emphasized the importance of this partnership, stating that the church plays a vital role in shaping the moral fabric of society. He assured the NDLEA of the church's commitment to supporting their efforts in combating drug abuse.
This is not the time to stigmatize anybody. The NDLEA alone cannot do it. Parents involved, faith-based organizations also involved. It's a collaboration. Every one of us, all hands on deck, family, church, private sector, the public sector, to help reduce this menace that has come upon the youth and some adults in this great country, Nigeria. We have a great potential, so we still believe in this country, and we believe that God will continue to help us, while we also work with structured organizations like the NDLEA.
Barrister Shadrach Haruna, represented the NDLEA boss, also expressed their appreciation for the church's support and commitment to the noble cause.
Our first message to Nigerians and parents in particular is to help in the prevention of drug use. And this help comes in the form of support to the children and values that they need to invest in their children. Because prevention is the best if we have to stop drug use. And parents, as a unit of the social bringing, is the first place where children could be taught how to stop taking drugs. And our message for those ones who are already in drug use is that they should also seek assistance. The parents should also assist them in seeking for assistance. Indeed, NDLEA has an anonymous line which you can call anytime from anywhere, and then you seek assistance from NDLEA. It is not to arrest you, but to assist you if you are already in drug use, to advise you and to counsel you on how to come out of drug use. And the number, I may want to give the number here, start with 800 10 20 30 40.
The collaboration is expected to have significant impact on the fight against drug abuse in Nigeria. By working together, the NDLEA and the Mountain of Fire and Miracles Ministry can reach a wider audience and create a more substantial impact on efforts to prevent drug abuse and promote a healthy society. A United States-based group, Rising Sun, has clarified that the historic Aburi Accord of the 1967 did not fail as a result of General Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu wanting regional governors to control the military, as claimed by the former head of state, retired General Yakubu Gowon. The group, in a statement jointly signed by the Chief Maxwell Dede and Reverend Father Augustine Odumegwu, President and Secretary of the group respectively in Abuja, said the reasons canvassed by Gowon for the breakdown of the accord is not a true reflection of the history but an attempt to distort facts. The statement added that the demand by the regional leaders to control security forces in territories was in good faith for justice and true federalism. The group noted that if Nigeria had followed the Aburi Accord in its true form, there would have been no war, genocide and famine. It further explained that millions of Nigerians are living in consequences of Aburi Accord's betrayal, which has led the country to insecurity, economic collapse, fake federalism, and a unitary statement masquerading as federation. Nigeria's flag carrier Air Peace will begin direct flights from Abuja to London Heathrow on October 26, 2025. Following a successful diplomatic push by Nigerian government to enforce fair treatment under the Bilateral Air Service Agreement (BASA) with the UK. A statement issued by Tunde Moshood, Special Advisor on Media and Communication, Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, said the breakdown was prompted by a firm letter from Aviation Minister Festus Keyamo to the UK Secretary of State for Transport in August 2024, demanding Heathrow slots for Air Peace or threatening reciprocal action against British carriers in Nigeria. After months of negotiations, the UK granted the airline access to Heathrow. Keyamo hailed the development as both a commercial win for Air Peace and a diplomatic victory for Nigeria, aligning with President Tinubu's Renew Hope agenda to empower local businesses. The statement said this followed Air Peace's initial London route to Gatwick, launched in March 2024, noting that with the move to Heathrow, one of the world's busiest and most prestigious airports, the airline is expected to significantly expand its international footprint and provide Nigerian travelers with greater convenience and connectivity. It added that this development marks a new chapter in Nigeria-UK aviation relations and sets a precedent for stronger enforcement of bilateral agreements to benefit national carriers. The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority is set to host its inaugural edition of the Director General Civil Aviation Sports Weeks, aimed at promoting staff well-being, unity, and productivity through sports. The Director of Corporate Services, Mrs. Rebecca Enyuche Agadinazu, stated this during an engagement with the media on Saturday ahead of the maiden edition of the DGCA Sports Week 2025. She said the week-long sporting event, which marks historic first in its authority's 25 history, will bring together over 300 participants from NCAA regional offices in Abuja, Enugu, Lagos, Kano, Port Harcourt, and the headquarters, competing in football, swimming, chess, table tennis, ayo, and other indoor games. The Director of Corporate Services, who said the event is scheduled from Monday, June 23rd to Sunday, June 29, 2025 at Nigerian Air Force Base, Sports Complex, Airport Road, Abuja, said the initiative was designed to foster fitness, enhance team bonding, institutional pride, as well as reduce tension and improve overall staff morale and productivity, adding that the DGC Air Sports Week is expected to become an annual tradition. Speaking at the briefing, the chairman of the NCAA Sports Club, Mr. Razak Soumi, said the NCAA takes sporting activities very serious, reaffirming the authority's commitment to staff well-being and assuring of adequate security and medical arrangements at the event. Also speaking, the Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection, Mr. Michael Achimogu, said the DGCA Captain Chris Najomo, upon assumption of duty, promised to bring a number of changes in the authority and has proven himself a man of his words. In a bid to deepen bilateral relations, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations ASEAN diplomatic missions in Nigeria recently hosted the Vibrant Essence of ASEAN Festival reception in Abuja. The pledge was made during the Asians of Asians Festival reception in Abuja, hosted by the High Commission of Malaysia in partnership with embassies of Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, and Vietnam. The event, organized by High Commissioner of Malaysia in partnership with other Asian embassies, showcased the rich cultural diversity of Asian member countries. The High Commissioner of Malaysia, Mr. Ayub Omar, pointed need for the festival to foster more cultural and trade between Asian member country and Nigeria.
Malaysia has been in Nigeria since 1965. So basically this year there will be the 60 years anniversary of Malaysia and Nigeria bilateral relations. 50% of our export normally are palm oil, and last year also 600 million US dollar of our export to Nigeria.
Other Asian ambassadors call for increased exposure of Asians' aspiration as a vital partner in Africa.
And I think between ASEAN members and Nigeria, we are sharing a lot of similarities, like people peace-loving and hardworking and resilient. But I think in the future we need to have more exchange of delegation and exchange of programs between our specific artist groups or delegations from various countries and in different fields in terms of art and culture.
What really is for us to increase our collaboration in many areas of where we have common interest, be it in the economy, culture, and even in the wider context of security. And we can use each other's experience, Nigeria and ASEAN, for very noble objectives for our people. So that's the way forward. By collaboration and cooperation, we'll be able to achieve things that are mutually beneficial to everyone.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Ambassador Yusuf Maitam Artuga, represented by Ambassador Janus Olisa, Director of Regions in Ministry, harped on educational opportunities shared between Asian countries and Nigeria, while Professor Ishaq Bello spoke on Nigeria educational system, while exchange programs and economic cooperation. With over 3,000 Nigerians studying in Malaysian universities and growing interest in travel to Asian countries, the stage is set for stronger bilateral ties. President Bola Tinubu has expressed worry over the slow pace of activity. President Bola Tinubu has expressed worry over the slow pace of activating the ECOWAS standby force to address security threats in the sub-region. He said this at the 67th Ordinary Session of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, which took place in Abuja, Nigeria. President Tinubu, after his speech, handed over chair of ECOWAS to President of Sierra Leone, President Julius Maada Bio. In his acceptance speech, he outlined the strategic 4-point agenda for his leadership and thanked President Tinubu for laying a solid foundation for regional dialogue. The ECOWAS President, Dr. Omar Torre, commended Nigeria's leadership and paid tributes to the founding fathers of the community. He then read the communique on the outcome of the 67th session. The 67th Ordinary Session concluded with a communique emphasizing the importance of free movement of persons and goods with a benchmark of the single currency that will boost economic growth in the bloc, expected to be ready by 2027. And that's Aso Briefing for today. Many thanks for watching. I am Princess Sobra Usman.